with her.
But now it's over, what a bummer. Sidekicks till the end.
You were my best friend. Sidekicks till the end. You were my best friend.
I'm having a party after my Sneak Scout ceremony. Sophia, Grace, Scoop, Rosie, you're all invited.
What about me?
Listen up, kiddos. I'm your troop leader, and I'm here to guide you through life's hardships. It's okay to have difficult times and lose friends or gain new ones. Because remember, in the end, we're all
Sidekicks!
This afternoon, we're going on a hike down the end path. The path is basically one giant circle. If we get separated, just keep walking and we're bound to find one another. This trail is full of unique flora and fauna, history, and other hikers. This is also an amazing opportunity for each of you to earn your empathy badges, which brings you one step closer to moving on to the next level of Scouts, Sneak Scouts. You can also earn your tree sap badge, your creepy crawly badge.
Excuse me, Scout Leader Lenore. What's empathy?
Great question, Sophia Grace. Empathy is
The ability to understand and share the feelings of others.
Thank you for that definition.
You're welcome, Mother.
To be empathetic, we have to be in touch with our emotions. In order to receive your empathy badges today, you must work with a partner to complete the following tasks. 1. Talk to someone outside of Scouts on the path. 2. Properly identify body language cues. 3. Be an active listener. And 4. Take action to help. Each individual must complete all 4 tasks in no particular order. If your sidekick doesn't complete a task, neither one of you will receive your empathy badge. And this year's Scout ceremony guest of honor is the mayor!
Ah, yes, Mayor Castor, Aaliyah's favorite person.
Maybe she'll come to my after party.
Here are your sidekick assignments. Sidekicks. Aaliyah, you're with Jace.
What?
Come on!
Mason.
I go by Goob now.
Goob, you're with Sophia Grace. Rosie, you'll be with me. Get ready for our trip down the end path. You too. Yeah, you. There will be times on the path that you need to choose where to go or what to do. When a choice needs to be made, 2 options will appear on the screen. Pick one, but choose wisely. This way to the end path. Ready to earn your empathy badges? What about you? Are you ready? Rightio, let's go!
I don't need a sidekick.
Well, too bad. Scout Leader Lenore said we're stuck together.
Not for long.
Hey!
What? It's true. Once I'm in Sneak Scouts, we won't be in the same troop.
Yeah, but you didn't have to say it like that.
How many tasks to complete? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up your knees and move your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's that? There's something glowing over here.
Jace, what are you doing? You're going to get us in trouble.
Do you see that?
Sweet. Must be lights in the ground?
Or glowworms in the dirt.
Come on, Jace, let's go back.
Or maybe they were left by aliens.
Jace, we've lost the other sidekicks.
No, we haven't. The path's a circle. Maybe these prints will lead us to something cool.
I don't know.
Do you want to follow the glowing prints or go back where we came from?
Let's trace our way back to the main path. Then we can run ahead and catch up.
You're no fun.
I don't know where to go.
But it looks like the prints do. Don't worry, we'll find the others. They can't be too far.
Jace and Aaliyah still haven't caught up with us. You don't seem too concerned, Mother.
Mace, Goob, it's not that I'm not concerned. Jace and Aaliyah earned their navigation badges last week. But let's stop here briefly to allow them to catch up with us.
I'd like to attempt a task towards earning my empathy badge.
Okay, what do you propose?
I want to work on reading body language cues.
Wonderful. Goob, stand up and let's review body language with your sidekick.
I can tell by Goob's weird gooby face that they're not really excited to do this task. And I can tell by the smile on your face that you're okay making fun of me.
Although your recognition of body language cues is correct, we must also be empathetic and kind to the other person. Think about how you might feel in the same situation.
I'm sorry, Goob. Can I finish my sandwich now?
Yes, you may. Aaliyah! Jace! I have your lunches at the picnic table!
It must be lunchtime.
That was your stomach? It sounded like an alligator.
I can eat a gator.
How can you be hungry at a time like this? Look over there. She looks like my grandma. And my grandma always has snacks in her purse. Whoa. I feel really sad and lonely all of a sudden.
Then let's for sure talk to this lady. Talking to someone on the path is the first task towards earning our empathy badges. And she might have a snack.
I'll do it. Hello, ma'am.
Hello there. Are you a scout?
Yes, ma'am.
We both are?
In my day, we only had sidekick scouts. Now there's sneaks and high tops.
I'm moving up to sneaks after I get my empathy badge, and I'm having an after party.
Well, isn't that wonderful?
She doesn't care about your stupid party. Ask her about the snacks.
Not right now.
There's an entire world under that water.
Is everything okay, ma'am?
Oh, yes. It's not often I get to speak to someone on the path. It's usually just me and the fish.
So you've been on this path a lot. Have you ever noticed anything unusual?
Like, on the ground?
I used to take my grandkids on the path before they moved away. They always knew how I was feeling and how to cheer me up.
They must have stepped on the shoe prints too.
I wish they'd come back to visit.
It sounds like you missed them.
I understand. I've been lonely before too.
Oh, yes. But I don't feel as lonely talking to you. Thank you for stopping and speaking to me.
Anytime.
It was nice talking to you. Bye!
Oh, we didn't ask about snacks.
Stop whining. We talked to someone. One task down. And look, more glowing prints.
Good job, Rosie. Goob, it's your turn to practice active listening.
Huh?
When you're listening, it's important to pay attention, show that you're listening, and only speak after the person has made their point. Let's practice. Sophia Grace, tell Goob about a challenging time in your life.
Okay, so I was singing in my room and getting ready for my choir audition, and I was sounding amazing! But then my brother was screaming at me and telling me to be quiet, and I said, I will not be. I don't want to listen to this. I wasn't finished.
Goob, try again, and imagine yourself in Sophia Grace's shoes.
Where was I? Oh, right. My brother was screaming, and so I got really mad, and I said, get your butt out of my room! This is my personal space!
He's afraid of that bug. I can feel it.
We already have our creepy crawly badges, Jace. Come on.
Hey there, little buddy. You found a jump bug.
Mommy's bird watching, honey.
There's no need to be afraid, but it's okay if you are. It won't hurt you. Junk bugs carry trash on their backs. It's important to pick up trash on the path, just like the junk bug.
Looks like you finally got your snack.
I felt his fear. And I could also tell that he was afraid because he wasn't blinking that much, and his body was frozen. I felt scared like that before. Look! More prints! We must be doing something right. Let's see where they take us.
All right, when someone is feeling a certain way, you might notice their body language. Sometimes we can help them feel better by taking action. Let's go around the circle and share a dark emotion. You know, those emotions we have that don't always feel good. Show your emotion and the next person will need to take action to help. I'll start. Excellent, Rosie. You saw that I was crying and offered me a tissue. Now you, Rosie.
She looked bored.
Mm-hmm.
My turn. What? It's for your nose. You look like you smelled something gross. No, silly. I'm angry.
We might not always know what's best for someone, and that's okay. But it's important that we try. Good job, Sophia Grace.
Oh, I've never felt this emotion before. I don't know what it's called.
How do you feel?
It's kind of like fear, but I'm also worried. My stomach is tight. It feels like I'm panicking, but things aren't as bad as they seem.
I think that might be the feeling of anxiety. My mom says I'm the cause of her anxiety. This man must be feeling like that for some reason. Maybe we can take action and help him.
No, let's keep going.
Where? I'm going to get fired. I'm never going to get my pictures in photojournalists frequently.
I feel worse. It's hard to breathe.
I think we have to help that man. It looks like he's feeling the same things you are.
I'll do whatever will make me feel less like this.
Where are you headed, sir? I've got to find the wildflowers. This is the last day of the year. They're in bloom.
Maybe the flowers are marked on this map?
I've got a deadline tomorrow to submit photos of them, and there's only so much daylight left. These buttons might help us.
Started in 1985 by Emily Patherson and her family, the Empath used to be situated on the Patherson estate before Emily sold her share to the city's Parks and Recreation Department.
This is good information for my photo captions. I'm a photojournalist.
The Empath has a main path and a side path.
We figured that out the hard way, huh?
Emily Patherson was a lover of many things, including her dear husband, Gregory, and her beloved wildflowers.
That must be where the wildflowers are. Oh, I feel so much better.
Me too.
Thanks for your help. You're welcome. We've completed all of the tasks for our empathy badges. We talked to people, listened, noticed body language, and took action to help.
Thanks to me.
I could have done it all without you.
You sure about that?
Yeah. I can actually do things better without you.
Whatever.
Watch me. I'm going to find the other sidekicks by myself.
Good luck.
Stop following me. I said I'd find them alone.
Who says I'm following you? I can walk anywhere I like. It's a free country.
I don't care anymore that you're moving up the sneaks. You know what? I'm actually happy that I won't have to see your face every week. This is the best thing to happen to me. Ever.
If we don't stick together, we might not be able to get our empathy badges.
That's all you care about. Scout Leader Lenore didn't say we had to walk together. We just had to complete the tasks. That's it. Where are the stupid prints when you need them?
You're probably not going the right way. There isn't anywhere to go from here. Hey, be careful. You could fall. Don't let go. Yeah, Jace!
I wonder if Jace and Aaliyah found shelter.
I really hope so. I'm starting to get worried about them.
It could be worse.
Back to headquarters, everyone!
Here's the plan. I'm going to find Scout Leader Lenore and bring her back here. Ugh! Where are the prints? What can I do?
Nothing.
I can see that you're sad and embarrassed and a little cold. I'll stay here until you let me know what you'd like to do.
Stay on the main path and call out for Jace and Aaliyah.
Does this count as taking action?
Yes, you would want your fellow sidekicks to find you if you were lost, wouldn't you?
Definitely. Very empathetic of you, Sophia Grace.
You're leaving me all alone in Sidekicks.
You won't be all alone.
You know what I mean.
Can't you be happy for me? Just a little?
But you really hurt my feelings. You threw it in my face when you learned about moving up to Sneaks, and you invited everybody but me to your after party.
I know. I'm really sorry.
I guess I haven't been very nice to you either. I was jealous. I could have been a better best friend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry too.
It was mean of me to invite everyone but you. I take it back. I want you to be at my party. I'm going to invite the mayor.
Really? Yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Look, the prince.
Jace! Aaliyah! Where are you?
Follow our voices! I've got an extra PB&J! What? They missed lunch.
Jace! Aaliyah!
Should we tell the others about the glowing prince?
I want to, but maybe it could be...
A secret?
Yeah, our secret.
Aaliyah! Jace!
That's them. We're over here. Jace is hurt.
Keep talking!
There you are! Oh, I'm so glad we found you two. Back to headquarters, everyone! Let me see your leg. Nothing looks broken, but your ankle is a little swollen.
I'll grab an ice pack. It's a good thing we found you.
We were on some sort of side path, but guess what? We finished all our tasks. We met a lonely older lady that missed her grandkids.
A scared little kid gave me a snack.
We met an anxious photojournalist.
And I taught the kid not to be afraid of junk bugs.
And that we should pick up trash.
Well, it sounds like you're both getting your empathy badges tomorrow.
Thank you.
How was your trip down the empath?
We didn't meet many people on the path, so we role played.
That sounds like fun.
Rosie does have one final task, though.
Yes, Rosie needs to speak to someone she doesn't know.
You have time.
We were worried there for a bit, but luckily the empath is one giant circle.
Kind of like empathy, huh? You be kind to others, and others will be kind to you. It makes both parties feel good.
That's a good way to put it, Goob.
Thanks, Mom. Hello, Mayor.
Hello there.
Congratulations.
Sidekicks 2!
the end. We are all best friends.
Sidekicks till the end.
Sidekicks!
Okay, everyone, that was Sidekicks. And now I'm sure you have a lot of questions about the wonderful show that we just watched. I would love to invite our special guests to turn on their camera and come back for all the questions that you guys have. And I'll turn my camera on too. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
This is so wonderful to see you all again. So I do have a question from the audience here for you, and I don't know who would like to take it, but just raise your hand if you'd like to take it. Maybe you have different opinions about this one. Who made the glowing prints that were on the ground?
I can answer that one. Ashley wrote the script, and so she created the idea of the glowing prints. But as far as creating the actual prints themselves, that's something that I did in editing. So when I was putting the video all together in our editing software, I found an image of the shoe print that I wanted, and then I played around with different effects until I got the one that I wanted, as far as like the sparkle and the color and the way that it glowed. And that's how we made the shoe prints.
Very magical. So hopefully that answers your question, you guys. And I have one other question from the audience too. So there was a bug, a junk bug that they found on the path, and they would like to know if the junk bug is a real type of bug. Who would like to try to answer that question?
I mean, Allison knows all about it.
Okay.
She experienced this.
So we like to eat outside at our workshop. And so we were outside eating lunch on a picnic table one day, and we saw it looked like a little piece of moss just walking around our table. And so we investigated, and it turns out it was this thing called a junk bug. And so they do carry trash on their backs so they can hide themselves from predators. It's super cool. So Miss Ashley wrote it into the show because it was super fun, and we all thought it was fun. And you can actually learn even more about the junk bug in the educator's guide that's attached with the handout at the bottom of your screen. There's a whole page on it.
Thank you so much, Allison. And you guys definitely download that handout if you haven't had a chance to look at it yet. You will have so much fun taking a look at that. Now, I'm going to give everyone just a few more minutes to type in your questions. We still have time. In the meantime, I thought I would ask you guys, so we have a lot of different characters with different personalities, and maybe you all could tell me who you're most like from these characters, maybe the baby, I don't know, and why.
Ashley, do you want to go first?
Sure. It's a good question. I mean, I'm obviously a little bit of all of them, but I don't know. I definitely am sassy sometimes, like Sophia Grace. So I'll take that. She's always trying to be the best and always got a crush on somebody. That's definitely me. So.
Very nice. Thank you, Ashley.
So for me, again, like Ashley said, you know, we always bring so much of our own personalities into these characters, trying to figure out what we need to highlight, what we need to diminish about ourselves. So I would say there is a part of me, even though, you know, I'm a theater person and a performer, that is a lot like Rosie, especially when I was a kid. I was terrified of talking on the phone in particular, and approaching strangers. But probably outwardly, people would associate my personality probably more like Scout Leader Lenore.
Oh, thank you, Meg.
I think there are definitely aspects of Jace's character that I, like Meg talked about, turned up from my own personality. One of my professors in graduate school talked about how when you're creating a character, you really work from your own palette of colors. So if you think of like a painter having a palette with many different colors on it, and you really just pick the colors that you need to turn up and the colors that you need to turn down for each of the characters that you play. And so I think that there definitely are colors of me in the character of Jace. He is decisive. When he decides he wants to climb the rock wall, he just goes for it, right? But I also see elements of me in the photojournalist. I actually started as a photographer when I was a kid. I started photographing weddings when I was about 13. And so I identify with that aspect of the photojournalist as well.
Cool. Thank you, Christopher. That is very cool. Allison, what about you?
I think the only similarity I have with Aaliyah is that I'm very obsessed with the mayor as well, especially since we got the real mayor, Mayor Castor, in our video, that was the highlight of my 2020. So I identify with Aaliyah there, but I'm very annoying and I sing all the time. So I'm also a Sophia Grace, really.
Well, you know, I have to say, you guys, I've been singing the Sidekicks song to all of my coworkers. So that song is definitely something that has made me be singing a little bit more. And speaking of the mayor, I too am always very impressed with our mayor. I saw her one time in real life too. And our former mayor, Bob Buckhorn, one time I saw him at a restaurant also. And I felt a little bit like Rosie from the play, you guys. But I looked at him enough that he came over and he said hi to me. So it's always worthwhile talking to people, right, everyone?
Absolutely.
Okay.
A question about whether the actor playing Jace got hurt for real in the show. Maybe I'll expand that out and say, have you ever been in either this project or another project where you were doing something and one of the members of the troupe got hurt and had that affected the production in some way?
Ashley, do you want to take that one?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we had that earlier on this year in a production. It was completely accident. Everybody was being safe. But I personally have injured myself many times during a show, during rehearsal, usually not playing around. You just, you know, you're tap dancing and you twist your ankle. So it just, things happen. And then, you know, in a lot of places, a lot of theaters, they might have understudies. So that person might step in. I've been in situations where we didn't have an understudy, but everyone had to kind of figure it out. And I was out of the show temporarily until I could come back in. For us at Creative Arts Theater, we take every precaution that we can. But for example, Nicole did hurt herself and during a show, unfortunately, but she was able to wear a brace and we adjusted the blocking or the action, the movement in the play so that we could still tell the story, but we had adjustments. And that way she wasn't injuring herself further. It does happen. It's the nature of work and life.
Absolutely. And we warm up, all of us warm up before rehearsals and before performances with stretching and strength building exercises to try to minimize the chance that we injure ourselves. But sometimes it's just the smallest thing that you've done a million times and all of a sudden your knee goes out.
Yeah.
And so, but in this story, Jace was, the actor who played Jace was just pretending to climb the rock wall.
And so when he fell, he did not actually hurt himself. And on this production, knock wood, no one got injured.
And he has a lot of experience with like pratfalls and stage combat, so he knows how to do that. There are ways to do that safely on stage and in film on screen. So he knew how to do that without injuring himself, but like make it look real.
I think it's interesting that you say that, because I've seen this show in particular before and seen him do that fall several times because it's pre-recorded. And each time a part of me thinks like, is he okay?
Yeah.
Because he looks like he
Also
really
how we shot it. Like if we showed you the whole thing, you might have seen a little bit of the pretend there, but
that's right.
Yeah, especially seeing the two choices that are possible. I think we've seen Jace fall both ways. So there's a lot of bit of that. Just a little bit iffy. I was imagining a big beanbag where he fell into.
good idea.
Is that related to reality at all?
We had a carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We had a carpet, but part of what makes that moment work is your imagination takes over in that moment, and you're filling in the gaps of what you cannot see. And so everybody's had different reactions to that. Some children, where we've taken the show into community centers, have thought that perhaps, you know, that was the end for Jace, and are very happy to learn that it was just a twisted ankle.
Oh, good. Are there any other reactions you guys would like to share from a live audience that were touching, were funny, for our young audience members who are watching right now?
Ashley, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, there are. I mean, this is, yeah, like something. I think it's funny that a lot of the kids think that Meg is the mayor.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, you know what? She is gifted. She has done so many different roles, like in this show. Why not? Yeah, and then sometimes when they don't know that I'm Goob and or Sophia Grace, like my own family was like, oh, who's that? And I was like, that's me. But
you know, I didn't know that you were the baby. I think the first time that I watched the show.
Good.
So
It's
I can definitely
in the hat.
So I'm going to skip over my own question of how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches did you eat during the production? And before we throw up actually, why don't we throw up the contact information now, Melissa? And then I have one more question I think that we can probably end our show tonight with.
Sounds good. Well, you guys, as you can see, here is our contact information. Please do feel free to call us, 813-273-3652, or just go to hcplc.org/contact. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, please do check out Creative Arts Theater Company, tampagov.net/theater. If you want to see more of these folks, and I'm sure that you will, just go ahead and visit that website right there. Do us a favor. And I think we're ready for our last question, Matthew.
Absolutely. And I'll say quickly, I realized I forgot to take our fall reading challenge thing off the screen here, but if you go to hcplc.beanstack.org, you can still log your books even though the challenge is not still going on. So sorry for not replacing that URL, but check that out if you like. And we are actually, Meg and I are planning right now, who are going to be doing some more with Creative Arts Theater, probably in March. So stay tuned for that. And the final question is really about empathy, and what does the theme of this play, empathy, mean to you, Meg and Ashley? And is there anything that you want to say about it for our younger viewers, and how they might practice it for, you know, with their family and their friends, and anything that you would want them to take away from today?
Sure. I think empathy is one of those life skills that's so important, yet sometimes can be really challenging to learn. And even as adults, we're still learning and growing our empathy muscle, I would say. So for me, empathy is the thing that connects all of us, because we all have emotions, and all of those emotions are the same. So regardless of the situations that we find ourselves in, which might be vastly different, the emotions are the things that can bring us together. And when we can share that with our friends and our families and connect with them on that level, I think we see each other differently. We see each other holistically. If we think someone is so different from us, they're actually really not, because they share those same emotions that we do. And so viewing humanity and the world through that empathetic lens, I think, can do a lot of good.
Absolutely. Did you want to add anything to that, Ashley?
No, I think she covered it quite well.
I think so too. I really do. So I'm thinking like, just to go back, probably what, maybe 20, 30, 40 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, just to get back to my other
Luckily,
question?
not that many, but I did reach a point where I was like, no, stop. Wait, really not that many though. I mean, we only went through maybe a box.
Oh, okay.
And she only had to take one bite. And
Yeah.
Allison, another cast member, loves the Uncrustables that we got. And so she was so excited when we got to that scene.
You had
because
a willing taker, yeah.
she had an Uncrustables party.
You're a win.
That's great.
Yay.
Well, that's definitely a sharing thing, and to your just to your final thoughts there, Meg, we really appreciate that. Not only talking about the importance of empathy and trying to relate to others even when they seem really different, but also bringing such a really enjoyable and fun production to our library card holders in the Tampa Hillsborough County Public Library. We thank you very much for doing all of these shows with us. And we look forward to working with you guys again. And we hope everybody watching has a wonderful, happy new year. And we'll all wave goodbye and say goodbye now.
Bye, everybody.